Welcome. Okay, I am Karma Queen. If you are joining us for the first time, this is the channel where we have fun with words and numbers, numerology to be precise. Okay, let's just make sure the volume is on this because I'm told it's a little bit low sometimes. Okay, and I'm speaking relatively low because it's late and I don't really want to disturb the neighbors. Okay. Now, yes. So, yes, I do want to talk about the gods of the characteristics of the gods. Of course, I have covered quite a few. So, of course, there we are, the characteristics of the gods. So we've got the God who moved, the said God, Mother Eve, the God who saw, the God who divided, the God who called, the God who formed, the God who made, the God who set. God set, of course. That's where we get baked. And the God who ended, when he ended his works, the God who breathed, the God who blessed, the God who planted, the God who made. I've got the God who made twice, so I've got to look over this, and I've got the God who created. So the God who planted was the cause God. I'm trying to remember, but of course this is 14. But as I have noted that I have made the God who made, which is Amen, which is the God Adam. So I have had this feeling about Adam is the God who made. So we are talking about, of course, it's like um, created. Okay, so the Adam was a God who made man in his image. Hmm. After his own, it's Mother Eve. Yes, Mother Eve said this before, but it's registering now. So Adam was the God who made man in his own image and likeness. I'm saying this again. Adam was the man who made man in his own image and likeness. Of course, it was Mother Eve who had to really make a woman, this Eve, the Eve that he said came out of his rib. However, that happened. Although I have watched a video with showing how the rib is the only bone that has its an ability to grow and so on. But but it was Mother Eve made Eve, and of course, because there was it, well, the story goes on anyway. The story goes on. Um, and it would be, we could say, whether Mother Eve, of course, we all know what it's like when a man goes to sleep afterwards, and she had brought him the baby. He had no idea of the baby or the woman or where it came from or what happened, as we see often in the stories as well, like with Abraham. Abraham's wife Sarah was the one who offered her maiden or maid to her husband to have his first. So we can see again, it's always the female, um, um, in that sense of course, it's the man and the female. But you can see it does not just happen as through a man as it would a woman. However, it has gone on. I was just thinking about this today, and it's not meaning to have women looking any brighter or superior to men or anything like that. This is not where I'm at. It's really wanting to show that the stories, or show more light, or show the light in the stories that we have been taught, and what is written to my understanding. And of course, all life or experiences does not really fall short in really getting to understand all this. Now, so let's do the God who divided, because we have done the God who moved and said and saw and made and blessed, of course, and the Lord who breathed, with them breathed. So let's do the God who divided. The God who divided. And God divided. Yes. Um, the God who divided. Divided. Okay, so the word divided, let's put this here so we can play around with it. Okay, so I did some work on this already. Okay, so I like to see those eyes here. It kind of remind me of, well, it could look like this. The nose, oh no, it's correct. It's the nose and the, okay. How is this nose? This nose is this way. It's meant to be this way. Okay. And this is eye. Okay. So this is our nose. Okay. Okay. Right. So back to divide. Divide is 4949454. Okay. 999. 3 nines 27. 4 4. That's 8. 3 fours 12. Okay. So it's 39. 3 plus 9 is 12. Of course, we can see how we get the 12 months of the year, the 12 hours of the day, the 3 fours 12. We the 3, well, um the 4 seasons, and of course 4 as in the 4 elements, and so on. So we can see how that is. Now, because we exploring the characteristics of the god, I like to see and what words I can subtract or extract from these. So we have dive, which is my first word. I also came across a new word, which is um, vide or vide, um, and it actually means like instructions for a book or a text. Um, I couldn't help but go with DVDs, even if it's abbreviations, but we use that. I'm sure there was an intelligence that new DVDs were included in Divided. Um, and DIE, of course, DIED as well. That is there too. So these are words. Now, what this is going to be short here, although it's perhaps it's the division element here, but this is really to show that all these elements were there in place before Eve ate of the apple according to the fruit of good and evil, or however we have been taught. So we could see that when man was created or made, all these elements were already part of who his makeup would be. Okay. And it's as if there's not much more to say on this. So basically, the word die or element of die or died would already be in existence. Everything that we could possibly think of was already in existence. When man was created, he was made with the element or the factor of death was already there. Hence, the term was "you shall not surely die," or but however we are looking at die, whether it was the spirit being to an extent of having a color or brand, whatever we call our shell body to be, or the auras of our, perhaps we could call this the dye as well, the colors of the rainbow, where our auras or our chakras embedded in our spirit, our soul. Okay, so basically, my thing is here to really highlight all of this to show that man uh, was already with all these elements. And so it would not necessarily be the idea that we have been taught that if we suffer all these things because if ate of the fruit of good and evil. That was something just like when you are tired of trying to explain something to your child, when why is the sky blue, or why is the sun, you continue and they keep saying why, and so on. So that is really on the same spectrum. So just thinking, well, let this be a short, or the shortest video I have made. Okay, but this God of division, or the God who divided, of course we can see the spirit of division was already there, and it's really us having to. Another thing that I should probably quickly point out is that there are two eyes, of course, and we could see even in the word divide, it tells us how um, the division in itself is there. It's not. It relies for there to be some unison or unity. It We are relying on this bridge here. We rely on this bridge to really come between these two to have some form of unity. Hence the V as victory. That is what really bridges the two eyes. Yes, and if it were upside down, like we could see here, of course, the eyes are here, we could see that, of course, this is where God breathed in man's nostrils and he became a living soul. So basically, we are seeing that there is a requirement on our part to understand the power of breath, and this here reminds us of the power of breath, the importance that when we breathe, for instance, which God breathed, we see the word breathed has in it. It also have the word. It has the word bed. It has the word hair. Hair, air, EAR, head, HEAD, um, um, fed, well, no, the of whatever it is, or it has DEAR. I've done this already. It has all these words. It has the word eat, EAT or ATE. It has the word bear, to bear a child or a bear, or to bear, like I was saying in my dream, to bear my birth feeling exposed. So it's BARE or BEAR. And it also have bread, BREAD. So um, it's all those things that when you are able to breathe, it helps you. All these aspects of breath is important to bring about this unison right here. So here, it, when God breathed, man became a living soul, meaning all of those things were part of the soul, which is again the word soul equals 13. SOUL 1633. Adding these together, 6, 6, 12 plus 1, 13. Okay, so let's keep this short, nice and short. I hope you have enjoyed this. I hope you found this fun. If you like this, please like, click and share, and of course, do join me again when we further explore the characteristics of the gods. We haven't seen the god who planted. It would be nice for us to see the god who planted. I think perhaps he's going to be one of my favorite gods, actually. I'm just thinking because I'm bad planting now. Well, whatever it is. Okay, thank you. Uh, how am I ending this? Perhaps I need to remind you to spill over with love so we can be planting new seeds.